When they launch it, that day is they're clubbing it with that.
Start. Ma'am, firstly, good to see you. What would you like to say about UNICEF? You have been part of this for a long time. Tell us something. Hashtag every child reading. It is very important. Reading is very important, as you said. Tell us something about it.
नहीं काफ़ी साल से हम साथ में काम कर रहे हैं यूनिसेफ के साथ एजुकेशन के बारे में, लर्निंग के बारे में, जैसे मैंने कहा. बट आई थिंक टुडेज़ विजिट वाज वेरी वेरी स्पेशल बिकॉज ऑफ कोर्स इट इज़ हियर टू प्रमोट एवरी चाइल्ड रीडिंग. और जिस तरह जैसे मैंने अपनी स्पीच में भी कहा कि डेफिनेटली जो मैंने अपनी आँखों से देखा है कि जिस तरह से स्टोरीज़ और कहानियाँ ने बच्चों को के दिमाग को इतना फ़र्क किया है, द वे दे हैव ब्रॉडन देयर होराइजन्स, जिस तरह से वो लोग बात कर रहे थे, कहानियाँ सुना रहे थे, जिस तरह से उन्होंने आंसर भी किया कि बड़े होकर क्या बनना है. आई वुड क्रेडिट दैट कम्प्लीटली टू द फैक्ट दैट दे हैव बिन रीडिंग इन देयर प्राइमरी ईयर्स. दे हैव बिन गिवन वो एक फाउंडेशनल लर्निंग जो है उन्हें दिया जा रहा है लिखने के लिए, मैथ स्किल्स करने के लिए, किताब उठाने, पढ़ना, कहानियाँ पढ़ने के लिए. एंड आई थिंक दैट इज़ द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट विच वी मस्ट पुश फॉरवर्ड टू एवरी चाइल्ड बिकॉज चिल्ड्रन आर आवर फ्यूचर.
काफ़ी सारी स्टोरी आज आपने सुनी रहेगी. कोई ऐसी एक स्टोरी अगर आप बताना चाहो जो काफ़ी आपके दिल के करीब वो स्टोरी रहने वाली है?
नहीं, आई थिंक दैट सारे जो बच्चे जो हैं सब ने एक एक कहानी सुनाई कि वॉट दे लाइक, उनकी जो फेवरेट स्टोरीज़ है. और जब मैं कहानी पढ़ रही थी, मैं एक पोएम पढ़ रही थी बच्चों के साथ, एंड इट वाज अबाउट इमोशंस. क्योंकि बच्चे जब पढ़ते हैं बुक, दे एक्चुअली realize that the feeling of empathy, they realize the feeling of emotions, they get into the characters of the books that they're hearing and they start feeling that emotion. क्योंकि मैंने तैमूर के साथ ये मैं एक्सपीरियंस कर रही हूँ. तो एक पोएम थी इमोशंस के बारे में, मैं जब समझा रही थी उस पोएम को, they knew every emotion before that, which was really like amazing for me to see कि the kids already knew that. And I would like to credit that to the teachers who are encouraging them to read, to take out that time. जैसे मैंने कहा अपनी अपनी भाषा में, ये नहीं कि इंग्लिश में होनी चाहिए. आई थिंक जो भाषा उन बच्चे को जो घर पे बोलते हैं, जो उन्हें समझ में आता है, वॉट एवर द लोकल लैंग्वेज इज़, they should read in that language. It will help them, guide them and set the future, the tone for the future, I think. जी.
अगर आप घर में माँ, चाची, दादी स्टोरी के फॉर्मेट में they start teaching you, you feel the children
Yeah,
feel like
picking it up. Absolutely, that's the joy of reading. Absolutely. I think that is completely true. It works wonders. कि actually if you जिस तरह से if you kind of make it into a form कि आप कहानी सुना रहे हैं बैठ के, that whole experience, create that entire environment, I think it kind of encourages them to want to listen or want to read, take their mind to a different imagination. I think kids of today are very bright. They are ready for that. The idea is just कि उनको engage करना पड़ता है, to take out that वक्त निकाल के इन्वायरमेंट क्रिएट करके उनको इंगेज करना है. तो जैसे मैंने कहा कि इंगेजमेंट नॉट नेसेसरी हैज़ टू बी इन इंग्लिश. इट कैन बी इन अ लैंग्वेज दैट दे एंजॉय, अ लैंग्वेज दैट दे अंडरस्टैंड. द आइडिया इज़ टू फर्स्ट अंडरस्टैंड टू रीड. वो एक स्किल है, तो उसको पुश करना चाहिए बिकॉज देन दे विल स्टार्ट वंस इट स्टार्ट्स. आई नो इट. आई स्टार्टेड एट अ वेरी लेट एज इन माई लाइफ, बट आई थिंक के इट जस्ट हुक्स यू. So children are very very vulnerable. They are like sponges at this primary age of theirs. Okay, उन्हें जो आप whatever you tell them, they just absorb it. So if you engage them with that story, वो एक habit सा बन जाता है कि रोज़ शाम को जैसे my child is looking forward to it. Like Taimur looks forward to it कि he कभी वो upset हो जाता है if I have to go out at that 8:30 story session time. I can see that hurt in his eyes. That so I also feel bad. But then, so we try to make up that Saif will read to him. So it becomes into that habit. They are like sponges.
Also, it helps to visualization.
Completely. It has that whole aspect where they start imagining things. It broadens their horizons. I mean, once you learn to read, then you start reading to learn. That is the moral of the whole. I think the whole idea of the campaign as well. So it's the idea to push them to learn to read first, for them to explore the world. You can actually sit in a small corner of your house and explore the entire world and mind diaspora, and just sitting there while knowing. Okay, so that is why it's the joy. It's literally like maybe time travel sometimes.
Ma'am, hi, my name is Lakshman. First time I'm speaking to any film person, and then for other kinds of writing.
Lovely.
Now we have just spoken about child reading and all, but these days technology is just snatching the kids, even tiny months-old babies are,
Yeah, scroll. But also COVID has done that to us.
Yeah, COVID.
हमें सबको बर्बाद किया है.
How do you make the reading habit interesting for your own children and the children at large?
So, of course, I think, this is a very important question जो आपने अभी मुझे पूछा, because हम अभी जिस वक्त से गुजरे हैं, जो पैंडेमिक हुआ है, कोविड हुआ है हम सबको, आई थिंक उस वक्त हम सब बेचैनी से मर रहे थे. हमें कुछ पता ही नहीं था कि क्या हो रहा है. सेवियर क्या थी? ऑफ कोर्स जिन लोगों को पढ़ने आता था, the adults were reading, some of them, but बाकी जो who did not know anything and whose were impacted were the children, because they did not know. So they all also got into a bad habit of watching, scrolling, doing that, because their school going time was impacted, their learning time was impacted, the skill of teaching them how to read. So it was just a very traumatic, difficult time. But I think now parents must take out the time, and if parents are busy, जैसे मैंने कहा, friends हो, grandparents हो, दादा दादी हो, वक्त निकाले, अपने भाषा में वक्त निकालें पढ़ने के लिए. 15 मिनट 20 मिनट आई थिंक दिन में. बाकी वक्त आप स्क्रॉल करते रहे, स्पोर्ट खेलते रहे, वो ठीक है, बट वी मस्ट टेक आउट दिस टाइम टू encourage the child to read.
One last question from my side. Please don't get angry.
No.
Do you think film celebrities or sports celebrities make greater role models, especially in this kind of education-related activity?
So I given the
general perception about the
absolutely, again a very nice valid question. Not at all, I'm not. Not at all. In fact बहुत ही valid question है, क्योंकि आजकल सारे celebrities जो है कुछ ना कुछ cause के लिए बात कर रहे हैं. तो of course ये बहुत ही important question है जो आपने कहा. But I feel every celebrity of course has a voice. But बात करना बोलना ज़रूरी नहीं है. जिस topic पे जिस जो सब्जेक्ट है जिस पे आपके दिल के क्लोज है, जैसे दिस आई फील इज आई एम हियर, जैसे मैंने पहले ही कहा, आई एम नॉट हियर एज अ सेलिब्रिटी. दिस कैंपेन इज क्लोजली रिलेटेड टू चिल्ड्रन रीडिंग, चिल्ड्रन लर्निंग, and I'm here in the form of a mother. So I feel in this campaign to have me associated, or where you feel a celebrity is, you feel that is something that they are probably going through, they are something, probably close to that, can relate to that. Today, Tim and Jay are both reading, both understanding. Jay, of course, is still listening because he's still small, he can't read. But I'm encouraging them in this direction. So when this campaign started by UNICEF, I was like, it was an instant thing that just connected to me, which I felt that if, as a mother, I can talk to the audience or the media or people and interact with the children as a mother, not as a celebrity. I'm not talking about my films here. So I think then that would be something that they would relate to. So it has to be something where they feel that connectivity with.
May I add to that?
Yeah.
So UNICEF is 75 years old globally, and in India we will be 75 in shortly, another 2 years. From the beginning, globally and in India, we have engaged the celebrities, our goodwill ambassadors, our celebrity advocates, our champions who are famous, and it has brought tremendous support and impact and focus on children's issues. So that is why we are so excited to have Kareena for the reading campaign, because it really works. People listen. She's an actor. Whether it's a sports person, people listen because they make, the celebrities make the way to people's heart and mind, and the influence is there. So that is why it is so beautiful, this relationship.
Just
No.
a purely academic one.
Yeah.
Kareena, we have two questions from Ashta.
Ji.
They only here, but they have asked two questions. So the first question is, how do you think the lack of access to books and resources affects children's reading?
Of course it does. I think that the accessibility to that's why, nowadays there are so many of these drives, there are so many donation camps where old books, people who have, the resources to get the books to read to their children. I donate to a drive all the old books because we have so many. I mean, मैंने पहले भी कहा था teachers को that I feel I live in a library because my husband actually preserves his books. He's kept his books. His mum has kept all his books that he would read as a child, or she would read to him. So I think that is the value that we have and hopefully my children are seeing that and getting that. So for us to give a book also as a present or donate it to people who are less vulnerable, it's a very, very big thing because it's a treasure. So we would like to be involved in so many of these drives, and that's how people will get the resources and the access to, reading to books in the lesser vulnerable homes.
Thank you. The second question is, do you believe reading can help developing empathy and understanding of different perspectives in children?
I think it's, like I said, that I started very late. And of course I started because Saif also pointed me in the direction of, engaging myself and engaging my mind through the pages of a book. So I definitely think that it allows you to grow in a very, very special way because it allows the imagination and your mind to kind of, feel for those characters and think. Like I said, that many teachers ko bhi bataya that Taimur is reading all the Amar Chitra Kathas and he's so excited about listening and reading to them that he wants to enact the parts now. He feels that now he can do that. So it's led to his mind in terms of realizing that, okay, like I love this story, I'm engaged in this story, so now I want to maybe do drama about it. So somewhere it does help, I mean, it is probably the most important tool, to the mind.
So, PBI, is there any question from PBI basically? We can take one more question if that's... Then we'll conclude the press meet here. Thank you so much for joining us and being part
Thank
of
you.
this.
Hello. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sure. Thank you.
अरे निकल जाएंगे निकलो ना बाहर यार I'll take it. Honestly, you understand. Virginia, give me the phone. Can you also stand it? My phone.
I take it and you take it. Yeah, because it's such a
Thank you.
मैम आपके लेफ्ट करिए ना कोई फोटो चाहिए आपके इवेंट करने लगा मेरे को बोला पहली बार अरे यार क्या ये बच्चे लोग को क्या
ये पाजी सीधा फोन लगाऊं दिल्ली में
अरे मेरा फोटो चाहिए ना देखना
Education is very important. एक मिनट